Hello again, boys and girls. This is Mr. K, your art teacher, welcoming you to another How to Draw lesson. This week we're focusing in on a grizzly bear due to the fact that we would like to add some color, and the color is going to be added very uniquely this week by using a thing called mud paint. So hopefully you were able to collect your scoopfuls of dirt as mentioned the other day, and if we can knock out a good portion of this sketch today, we may look to paint tomorrow, which will be Thursday. If not, we can paint on Friday. It's no big deal. We'll figure things out as we move forward. Okay, so this is basically where we left off at the end of yesterday. We had some circles going on here. Our grizzly bear doesn't look like much at the current moment, but we will adapt and certainly tweak it to get better and better each and every day. Okay, so here's where I'm going to begin. I had mentioned yesterday that the grizzly bear looks more like a bug at this point. Hilarious. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add one of the back legs here, and I'm pulling down a mostly straight but just slightly bent line there, and at the bottom of that line we're going to go with an oval type looking creation. Remember, these are sketchy lines, very gestural in nature, nothing too particular to worry about at this point. If you notice, the bottom of the back leg is a little more than halfway down on this larger sphere, which will become the rock pedestal upon which the grizzly will be resting. Okay, so let's see here. Let's do some work on the face of the grizzly. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create some rainbow shapes in the nose to give it a nostril-like appearance. And do you remember this line from yesterday? Okay, that's the back edge of the bear's head. Now, do you remember this earlier line here? We're going to kind of go in between the two lines and curve up a bear ear. It's going to curve up, come down sharply and steeply, and reconnect with the side of that original circle. Okay, I'm going to take my eraser. I'm going to erase a bit of that line that we had created yesterday, and I'm going to come back in and reestablish the front edge, and then I'm going to pull down kind of a triangular piece here to show that there is a fold in the ear. Let's go to the other side of the head, and let's put in another bear ear, and let's pull it down, and it'll kind of disappear off to the side there. Okay, it'll run into the side of the bear's forehead there. Okay, now you remember this reference line yesterday. That's going to allow us to place the bear eyes like so. And let's get in there, and let's actually carve out the shape of the eye itself. Okay, excellent, looks good. I'm going to give it a pupil and a highlight. I'm not going to get too carried away, though. If I decide to outline this in pen, then Sharpie before we paint, I'll come back and hit that up a little more effectively, but for now, let's just leave it like that. Okay, moving along here. Let's work on some of the fur beneath the bear chin here. And again, I'm moving gesturally in nature. Some jaggedy movements as I come across the bare chest here. Okay. And coming down from that fur is a very, very powerful upper portion to the front legs. There's a couple jaggedy movements there, and then it flares out to the bear claw here. And then on this side also some zigzaggy, jaggedy movements. That's the fur hanging down. And there's the bear paw there. And the claws kind of look like a bunch of those pepperidge-form goldfish without the tail at this point. It's just like the front part of the goldfish. Okay, and you can put little claws on the ends if you like. I'll come back and refine that with pen if I need to. Okay, so here's the back leg. Keeping an eye on the time here because I don't want the video to go too long and become overly lengthy. There's some of the bear fur, and we'll flare out this back paw. This becomes the big old bear rear end. Okay. And again, the front end of the Pepperidge Farm goldfish that you would get at the store. Okay. I think I'm going to put one more little jagged piece of fur in there. So jagged edge there, jagged edge there, and jagged edge there. Okay. Let's see, we're about 10 minutes in here. I'm going to go just a little bit longer. Let's talk about some belly fur here. There's those ziggity, zaggity, jaggedy movements once more. You can wrap them together up against the back paw there, however you like. Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to do. This kind of looks like a baby grizzly at this point, but when I give it a high arching back here, I think what we'll do is we will age it and it'll become more adult looking. I'm adding a few more little pieces of fur here. Okay, so as you can see, I connected the powerful back muscles almost up to the halfway point on that ear. Okay, and as I pull it down, I'm giving some chunks of fur as I pull it downward. Okay, and I'm going to connect this back fur to the rear end fur that we had created earlier. Okay. All right. Let's see how I'm doing on time here. I'm at about 11 minutes or so. Okay. So let's work on real quick some front fur. Pull it down. Connect it to the belly. I'm hopping around here. Okay. I'm going to fix this a little bit. I don't like quite how high up that goes. So let's taper it off and lower it down just a little. Okay, that's better. I like that better. And you're always able to do that, boys and girls. If you see something that you don't like, you can change it on the fly. Okay? Alright, let's finish up with this somewhat hidden front paw here. And let's give this front paw those goldfish shapes as well. Put in a few claws there to give it a sense of realism, and a little bit of a shadow because that paw is in the back. Alright, so before I sign off, and we'll just leave an area here to remind ourselves that we're going to work on that back leg next time as well. Okay, so before I sign off, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get rid of some of those early lines that we had put in there. And what we'll do is we'll sharpen it up tomorrow. We'll add some final details, of course. I'll probably outline with a Sharpie marker, get something ready, because our ultimate goal is to put some mud paint on this guy. Okay, so we're about at 15 minutes or so here, and that's a good point at which to stop for the day. I hope you've enjoyed drawing with me today. I always enjoy bringing the lessons to you, and I wish you good success in your art and in your schooling. And as always, happy drawing. Do something nice for somebody today. Do a chore for your parents. Make somebody smile. Give them a piece of art. Offer to help them out in some way, shape, or form. And through helping others, you will help yourself because it'll make you feel really, really good. All right, this is Mr. K wishing you an excellent day, and we'll talk soon, boys and girls. Thank you.